What if the ache you carry isn't proof of lack, but the prelude to abundance? What if the hollow in your chest is not a hole to be filled by someone else, but a reservoir quietly filling itself so it can finally overflow? If you spend evenings in rooms full of people and still feel separate, you are not failing at connection. You are in a phase your inner life asked for. We've been taught to fear solitude, to treat it like an emergency. The culture tells us loneliness equals brokenness. But there's another possibility. There's an intelligence working inside you that knows how to prepare a life. It's not punishment. It's a deliberate pause, a clearing of old footprints so new steps land true. Think of it like a garden left fallow. Rest is not neglect. It's the condition for richer soil. In this season, your nervous system is learning a new grammar. For years, you may have calibrated yourself to other people's demands. Contracting, performing, pleasing. And in return, you attracted mirrors that reflected those partial shapes. The sorrow you felt wasn't random. It was the psyche signaling that the old arrangements were no longer sustainable. Now, in silence, those arrangements are loosening. That's why your days can feel both empty and electric, empty of distraction, electric with reorientation. There is a classical psychological truth here, parts of the self that were delegated outward. The fierce part, the soft part, the angry, the erotic, the boundary maker are calling back. They arrive not with fanfare, but with stubborn insistence. You might notice grief emerging where you had been numb, or anger rising where you had always swallowed it. These feelings aren't regressions, they're summonses. They demand attention because they've been waiting for a home inside you. Most people misread this work as failure. They mistake the cocoon for a cell and rush outward before the wings dry. They re-enter relationships to escape the uncomfortable interior work, only to repeat the same patterns. But the real change requires staying with what surfaces until the pieces return to you. This is the art of integration, reclaiming the qualities you projected onto others and learning to carry them yourself. As you do that, two shifts quietly occur. First, your inner masculine and feminine, the active and the receptive, the planning mind and the felt sense, start to talk. No, this isn't about gender roles. It's about functions. You develop an internal balance where decision making and tenderness live in the same field. Where you used to seek someone to provide what you lacked, you begin to generate those qualities from within. Second, your frequency changes. You stop broadcasting signals of need and begin to radiate a steadier, more confident presence. You'll see this in small ways. Your dreams might become luminous, full of symbols that used to be ignored. Coincidences land with uncanny precision, as if the world is answering an inner alignment. You'll resist old attractions that once felt inevitable. Where once you chased the familiar wound, now a quiet discrimination steers you away. Your body will tell you when a person or situation does not match your newly held integrity. This discernment is not hardness, it's fidelity to the self you are learning to host. Relationships transform, too, but not always in ways you expect. Some will thin out slowly, not as dramatic departures, but as natural rebalancing. Those who needed your overflow will realign to carry themselves. That separation can hurt, and it can also be relief. New people who enter your orbit will often be mirrors of your own emergence. Steadier, less needy, curious about growth. Conversation shifts from surface scripts to real exchange. You find yourself able to hold difficult subjects without dissolving into reactivity. That capacity is magnetic, not because you perform it, but because you are it. This inner work alters your timing. You stop demanding that life deliver the right partner on your schedule. Patience becomes a virtue rooted in confidence. You can wait because you are already enough. The idea of finding completion loses its urgency because you are no longer trying to solve your missing pieces externally. You move from scarcity to abundance, from hunting to footing your own ground. And there's something else that changes in a quieter register: your relationship to silence. Before, silence felt like a threat, a hole to be filled with talk, television, scrolling. Now silence becomes a laboratory. In it you learn to listen, not to fix, but to understand. You discover how to be with emotion, to let it pass through without being hijacked by it. That is the core of maturity. The ability to hold complexity without collapsing into simple remedies. When integration takes root, forgiveness becomes interior. You don't wait for apologies. You unbind resentments so your present can breathe. This is not forgetting. It's choosing not to let past injuries dictate future shape. With less charge around old memories, energy returns, but not as frantic availability. It comes back as a dense, usable power that can be invested with intention. The end result is not the absence of longing, it's the recontextualization of it. You may still desire companionship, tenderness, shared life. But the desire is different. It is an offering, not a need. When connection arrives now, it's more likely to be a meeting of whole people rather than two halves trying to complete a picture that never fit. If you're in this season, if your life looks quieter, if your nights are fuller of dream and your days feel like preparation, treat it as a vocation. The solitude is not empty time to be endured, but a workshop to be honored. The work you do now, naming the shadows, practicing boundaries, developing tenderness for your own edge, will determine the quality of the relationships you later invite into your field. This is the hidden promise. By remaining with yourself long enough to learn your own language, you become someone who can enter partnership without collapse. You become the kind of person whose presence helps another be more of themselves, not less. That is the difference between rescue and recognition. If this felt true to you, leave a comment about one small change you've noticed in your inner life. Share the moment when loneliness shifted toward something like preparation. Subscribe if you want more conversations about becoming whole rather than searching for completion. The work is quiet, but it matters. And you are not making it up. You are learning the thing your future love will thank you for: how to arrive whole.